I first like to thank Rabbi Sachs here for taking a moment of his precious time to speak with us today. And I want to hear a little insight from him about leadership and specifically Jewish leadership for our time. What are the things that we have to learn, take from, that we can apply to our daily lives and make change in the world? And we can also learn from the Jewish aspect of that.
Yeah, well, I think number one, the first thing that Judaism teaches us about leadership is never be afraid. You know, Abraham is the one who is willing to leave behind everything that's familiar and go to an unknown destination. Moses and the Israelites travel across this unknown, unsown land. It's that courage to journey, not to stay stuck at one level or in one place, but to envisage life itself as a journey. Tony Blair called his autobiography My Journey. And that's a very Jewish insight. We're always allowing ourselves to be challenged and to grow. The second insight I can see from this wonderful sculpture behind us from the Chinese dissident Ai Weiwei, which is called, what's it called? Fences?
It has to do with fences.
Fences. Now you can see here he's hollowed out a great bit in the middle where people can walk through. A leader is somebody who can make holes in fences that limit us and confine us. The Mitzrayim of Mitzarim, Egypt, which also means within limited boundaries. A leader goes through those boundaries and shows people possibilities that they didn't realize they had. Each of us can be an influence for good. Each of us can change somebody's life, maybe by one act of kindness. We are not limited. We're not surrounded by fences, except for the fence around the Torah. A leader goes through those fences exactly as you see in that sculpture. And number three, we find in the Torah, in the opening chapter, as God's creating the world, 7 times he uses the word tov, the word good. Twice in the Torah, and only twice, we hear the words lo tov, not good. The first one is in Bereshit chapter 2. Lo tov heyot ha'adam levado. It's not good for man to be alone. And the second time you read it is when Yisro comes to meet Moses and he is leading the people alone. And Yisro says to him, Lo tov hadavar asher ata aseh. What you are doing is not good. We cannot live alone. We cannot lead alone. So a leader is not just somebody who on his or her own goes out in front. A leader builds teams. A leader builds an Aaron and a Moses, and one way or another never try and lead alone. Leadership is teamsmanship. And those are the 3 things I say are most important. Have the courage, have the go through the fences of limitation, and build teams around us.
And what would you say to emerging leaders? I teach, I'm going to see them tomorrow, high school students. What would you say they can do, even at their young age, to aspire to be leaders one day?
I began leading just by default because we didn't have many Jewish day schools in my time, so I was in a school which wasn't a Jewish day school, and so we needed somebody to do the Jewish studies, so, you know, I kind of said, nobody else is doing it, let's do it. So I began at the age of 15. School was my first experience of leadership, and it's the great time to begin, whether it's at school, or it's in shul, or it's in your youth group, or whatever. Begin now. Now is the time. And everything you learn now will be of use to you in your future life.
Great. Hey, thank you so much.
And to all your students, I wish you every success. Go ahead and lead, and be a blessing to all who know you.